Ave Maria, welcome back to No Apologies. So, in our last vlogs, we've taken a look at various evidences, trying to discover which church within Christianity is the church which matches the one Jesus founded. And we saw from looking in the Gospels that the church Jesus founded, he gave certain marks or visible signs which would be recognizable by all men. And we saw that those marks which our Lord gave to his church were that he desired his church to be one, it was to be holy, universal, and apostolic, and also his church should possess the attribute of infallibility. And in our vlogs, we've seen that although some groups within Christianity can claim one or even more of those marks, it is only the Catholic Church which is able to claim all of them without exception. So here then, on our sixth step, based on reason and the process of elimination, we reach our conclusion that the church which Jesus established is the Catholic Church. Now some respond to that claim of being the one true church as being intolerant and being arrogant. And we say that unfortunately, yes, sometimes that claim can be made in an arrogant way, and sometimes, unfortunately, that can be lived out in an intolerant way. But we do insist that the claim itself is neither of those two things, but simply an objective logical conclusion. So tolerance is really something that's for our external conduct, where we are charitable and accepting of others despite differences. But it's not necessarily something which is for our mind's convictions. Our mind can't tolerate error even for an instant. So if something is right, then logically that means that something else is necessarily wrong. So to pretend that that's not the case is really to be self-destructive to one's reasoning. So to think in one's mind then that all churches are the same, or that all churches are equally good, is the same thing as thinking that error and truth are equally good. So we've seen in our vlogs some of the differences between the Catholic Church and other Christian groups. And we've seen that those differences are very real and that they are very essential. So all churches then are not the same. And if there are differences, then it's just a matter of reason that if one is correct, then necessarily the others would be in error. So we accept all persons despite all differences, which is being tolerant, but we insist that there can't be more than one correct answer to a math problem, which is being logical. So neither is that claim of being the true church an arrogant claim, because it's not as if we invented our religion and then declared ourselves to be the best inventors of religions, nor did we make up our beliefs and then declare that no one else could make up their own. But we have simply looked at the evidence and we've seen that God became a man and that he revealed to the world the way in which we were to come to him. And the further evidence showed that that Catholic Church is that way which he revealed. So really then, what right would we have to approach by a different way? And shouldn't that be considered the true arrogance, to presume in the face of God's revelation to find our own way? So then, to look at the evidence and say that Jesus founded a church, and then to see that the church which matches the description of the one that he founded is this particular church here, is neither intolerant or arrogant. It's neither of those things to be convicted of a truth, and therefore to be necessarily convicted of an error. So thanks for joining me here on No Apologies. Ave Maria.